Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. I wish you all in a good conditions. So today I and my friend have to present about analyzing a company's capital structure in Asia Berhad. So stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Murshida, Binti Salleh, and my metric number is 19BB05035. So today I want to present about company's background. Asia Berhad was established in 1993 with common operations in 1996, and in 2001, Jun S. Sendirian Berhad, which is Tony Fernandez companies, purchased this airline from DIB Highcom. So from that, Asia never looked back after that. Asia's first and main base in low-cost carrier terminal, which is LCCT at Kuala Lumpur International Airport, while its secondary hubs are at Kota Kinabalu International Airport, Senai International Airport, and Penang International Airport. AirAsia is a leading financial platform companies in Asia Pacific. It's providing air transport, travel and lifestyle service, and also as financial service. Asia started as a low-cost carrier, with operation in Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, India, and has carried more than 900 million guests to over 119 destinations, and its network across Asia, Australia, Middle East, and US. Since 2018, Asia has since embarked on a transformation journey to become more than just an airlines, with the inclusion of hotels, holidays, activities, online shoppings, and more on its travel and lifestyle platform. Asia.com integrated logistics, including last mile delivery stroke teleport and digital financial service via its money apps such as BigPay. Then, Asia has recently been awarded the top 7/7 stars for all airlines in the group for COVID-19 health and safety measures by the aviation expert at airlinerating.com, following recent information to ensure the highest safety and hygiene standards are maintained at all times.
Okay, next is vision and missions. The vision is to be the largest low-cost airlines in Asia and serving the 3 billion people who are currently underserved with poor connectivity and high fares. And the mission is to be the best company to work for, whereby employees are treated as part of a big family. First is create a globally recognized Asian brand, and second is to attain the lowest cost so that everyone can fly with AirAsia. And the third mission is maintain the highest quality product, embracing technology to reduce costs and enhance service level. Okay, next we are proceed to introduction on capital structure. A company's capital structure refers to how its finance, its operation and growth with different sources of fund, such as bond issue, long-term notes payable, common stock, preferred stock, or retained earning. Capital structure is sometimes referred to as finance leverage, as each business has to consider the optimal ratio for running its business between debt and equity. A corporate executive have to keep capital structure in mind to try to either maximize shareholder wealth or increase the company's value. Also, financial institutions such as bankers or other lenders have to consider their risk in helping a in helping a company finance its operations. That's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Haziqah Binti Abdul Halim. My matric number is 19 BB05036. So today I'm going to share with you guys the proportion of capital structure of AirAsia in 2009. So their proportion, the highest one, which is their non-current liability, was 62.0%, which is 7,067,696 ringgit. So the second one, which is the equity, was 22.91%, which is 2,621,020 ringgit, and the lowest one, which is their current liability, was 14.91%, which is at 1,709,688 ringgit. Okay, we go to the analysis of capital structure of AirAsia Berhad in 2019. So based on this figure, in 2019, it found that the non-current liability was the most used for 62% for the use of the lease liability, which is the Ijarah, and the community Murabaha finance for the purchase of A320-200 aircraft, spare engines, and the simulators, and the hire purchase payable. So it was found that the equity was used by 23%, for the share capital, which is the employee share option scheme, which is ESOS, and retained earnings. So in addition, as much as 15% of the current liability is used for trade and other payables also. So amount due to associate, sale in advance, hire purchase payable, borrowing, and the current tax liabilities. Like I said just now, the highest one, which is the non-current liability, was the most used, which is 62% that used by the loan. So the repayment term loan that they assign right under the contract with Airbus, which is for over each aircraft, and the insurance of each aircraft, and also the airframe and engines warranty for each aircraft. So the commodity Murabaha finance, just like I mentioned just now, is secured by the second priority charge over the aircraft indeed. The equity was used by 23%. It's because of, at first, they authorized of 500 million. But when the issues was come out, at the beginning of the financial year, they get 237,421,000, and the issued during the financial year was 38,353,000, and at the end of the financial year, they only get 275,774 ringgit, which is rather than 500 million that they authorized at first. So the higher current liability is used for trade and other payable. So at this time, they use 817 million and 10,000 for convert to USD.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Maisarah binti Baharol. My matric number is 19PB05027. Based on this slide, I will share to you all about the proportion of capital structure in AirAsia Group in 2014. Based in 2014, the Asia Group are using the mostly non-current liability, which is the percent is 58.06%, and then equity that the company get in 2014 is 22.04%, and then the last current liability that the company used in 2014 is 19.9%. Alright, for the next slide, I will explain more detail about the percentage. In this slide, I will mention about the analysis of AirAsia capital structure in 2014. In 2014, it's found that non-current liability was the most used in that year, which was 58%. For other payables and accruals, borrowings, derivative financial instruments amount due to an associate. And then equity was used by 22% for share capital, share premium, foreign exchange reserve, return earning, and other reserve. And then in addition, as much as 20% of current liability has been applied to trade and other payable, sale in advance, amount due to associate, amount due to related parties, borrowing, derivative financial instrument, and current tax liability. 58% of non-current liability. That means AirAsia Group was using long-term loan in their operations because AirAsia Group need more loan or money to buy the asset in advance. What their asset, such like lands, aircraft, building, and others, and also want to more expand their business to get more income. So with that, the company will get to pay back their debts. The percentage show how AirAsia Group to grow their business and get more income. Then equity. Yeah, their get in 2014 was 22%. That means their investment is going well and going smooth. And then they get more attention from the overseas company and also from the biggest company in Malaysia. Almost their shareholder are from bank and others biggest company. Last, for current liability, which is with 20% in 2014. That means the company are less use current liability in their operations. Then their risks are more higher because more use non-current liabilities in their operations. That show AirAsia Group more will take higher risk than lower risk. In 2014, AirAsia Groups are growing. The population are growing with population are growing in other country. Then with that, the company opening their branch in other company. So we can see the company was take the higher risk than the lower risk because they want to get more income to pay back their debt.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurin Balqis Binti Jaafar. You can call me Nurin. My matric number Y9BB05040. Today, I will be present about the proportion of capital structure in Asia in 2019. The proportion of non-current liabilities we get from the non-current liabilities divided by the value, and then we get 60.75%. Okay, next, the proportion of current liabilities we get from current liabilities divided by the value, and we get 27.88%. Okay, next, for equity, the proportion of equity we get from the equity divided by the value, and we get 11.37%. Okay, next, we go to the analysis of capital structure in Asia in 2019. Alright, this is the pie chart based on the calculation above. Based on figure 3 in 2019, it is found that the non-current liability is most used by 61% For other payables, aircraft maintenance provisions and liabilities, deferred tax liabilities, borrowings, lease liabilities, derivative financial instruments, and provision for retirement benefits. Then, 28% was used in current liabilities for trade and other payables, aircraft maintenance, provisions and liabilities, sales in advance, amounts due to associations, amounts due to related parties, borrowings, lease liabilities, tax payables, and derivative financial instruments. In addition, 11% of equity has been used for share capital, merger deficit, foreign exchange reserve, retained earnings, other reserve, total shareholders fund, and non-controlling interest. So the overall, we found that the non-current liabilities is most used in 2019. We found that the lease liabilities is most used in non-current liabilities. This is because the group leases various aircraft, land, and building. Leases of aircraft have a lease term of 2 to 15 years, while land and building generally have lease term of 2 to 20 years. The group also have certain leases of property, plant, and equipment with lease term of 12 months or less. Okey, maksudnya antara tiga-tiga non-current liabilities, current liabilities and equity, kita dapati bahawa pada tahun 2019, yang paling banyak digunakan ialah non-current liabilities berbanding current liabilities and equity. Dan di non-current liabilities, kita dapati paling tinggi jumlahnya ialah lease liabilities. Lease liabilities paling tinggi antara lain kerana grup ni banyak membuat pelbagai jenis sewaan. Maksudnya dia banyak menyewa pelbagai pesawat, tanah, bangunan dan lain-lain dan memerlukan jumlah yang banyak kerana sewa tersebut. Dan jangka masa pula ada yang paling lama antara 2 hingga 20 tahun. That's all from me. Now I will pass for the next presenter.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Khairul Binti Daud, 19BB05026. Okay, now I will present to you about the ratio analysis of the AirAsia group. Alright, first we go to the debt ratio of the AirAsia group. The debt ratio shown in the percentage because it calculates the total debt to the total asset. In the figure, we can see that the total debt in 2019 is 88.63%, which is higher than the debt ratio in 2009, which is 77%. Jadinya, semakin tinggi ratio antara tahun-tahun tersebut, maka pembiayaan hutang oleh kumpulan tersebut semakin banyak kerana kemungkinan kumpulan tersebut tidak mampu untuk membiayai hutangnya dengan total aset yang dia ada. Jadi secara keseluruhan kemampuan AirAsia dapat dilihat dari tahun bermulanya tahun 2009, 2014 dan 2019 bahawa keseluruhan aset kumpulan tersebut tidak mampu untuk membiayai ataupun menutupi seluruh hutang yang AirAsia tu ada. Alright, next we go to the debt to the equity ratio of the AirAsia group. The debt to the equity ratio shown in the percentage because it calculates the total debt to the shareholder equity. Okay, as we see in the figure, we can see that the debt to the equity ratio in 2019 is 775.32%, which is higher than 2009 and 2014. So overall, we can see that in 2009, 2014 and 2019, the group run the business using more debt dan the equity. Jadi hal ini akan menyebabkan kemampuan kumpulan tersebut untuk membiayai atau menutupi hutang mereka agak tipis. Jadi secara keseluruhan dapat disimpulkan bahawa debt to the equity ratio oleh kumpulan AirAsia ini pada tahun 2009, 2014 dan 2019 bahawa equity kumpulan itu sendiri belum tentu belum mampu untuk menutupi segala hutang yang dia ada. Alright, next we go to the capitalization ratio on AirAsia groups. The capitalization ratio measure how well a company distribute its debt and equity. So in the figure, we can see that the capitalization ratio in 2014 is 72.48%, that the lowest ratio, and it has increased to 84.23% in 2019. So the change above mark that the group is using a higher debt as a capital base in 2019 compared to the year of 2014. Jadinya dekat sini kita nampak bahawa pada tahun 2019 kemampuan grup AirAsia ini untuk membiayai long term debt mereka adalah lebih tinggi. Alright, this is the conclusion based on the analysis that we had made. Based on the observations from the year on 2009, 2014 and 2019, we can conclude that the overall debt on 2009 is lower than the 2014 and 2019. This is show that the AirAsia group's performance is excellent because the group has the enough fund to pay all the debt. Okay, alright. This is proof that the performance of the groups is quite impressive from year to year. And then the AirAsia group use the capital structure to generate the value. It is because the capital structure is the main important of any group. It is clear that a strategy need on its capital structure to generate the profit. The organization needs to always generate their profit for the stakeholder by making efficient use of debt and equity. That's all from us. Thank you.